What's going on, Rams? My name is Nick Ortiz, and I think I can speak for everyone here at CTV when I say thank God football is back. I miss this sport so much that I actually started watching basketball. I still don't know why, but that's besides the point. This Saturday, our Rams head south to take on the Texas Longhorns. And while you might know about some of the off-season moves that took place on our side, I'm here to educate you on what's new with Texas. Before we get to the absolutely insane additions that were made through the transfer portal this offseason, we should start with the less impactful losses that the team suffered. Across the board, 11 players left the program. However, only 3 of these players played at least 10 games last season. Among the 5 safeties who entered the portal, the most notable, without a doubt, was Jaron Thompson. Thompson was an absolute animal, totaling 38 tackles over the course of the season, along with 3 interceptions, one of which would result in a touchdown against Wyoming last September. Besides Thompson, though, it's hard to find another player who contributed a lot to the team's success last season. You can make the argument that Malik Murphy's loss drops your QB depth. I mean, I see the vision, but at the end of the day, you have to realize that Murphy threw for 477 yards and 3 touchdowns over his quote-unquote 7 games. That, along with the fact that they have Quinn Ewers back for another season and Arch Manning in the running spot for the backup quarterback, I wouldn't say that Murphy's going to be exactly missed. Those being the 2 most significant subtractions among the 11, I think it's time we look at the additions that the Longhorns took in this offseason. Texas would take on 8 transfers, ranging from both offensive and defensive linemen to all new safeties to replace the ones that they had lost last year. Joining the Longhorns this season are wide receivers Isaiah Bond from Alabama and Matthew Golden from the University of Houston. Bond is not only the number 4 ranked national transfer, he is the number 1 ranked wide receiver transfer who entered the portal, being paired with 4-star receiver Matthew Golden, who was ranked 7th in the wide receiver position for this transfer cycle. It doesn't stop there, though. Amari Niblack also joined the team. If you haven't heard of him, he is the number 1 ranked tight end transfer in this cycle and the 28th overall ranked transfer. Oh, but you just wait, there's more. You might be thinking that they would be taking on multiple safeties given that 5 had left the team, but you would be wrong. They only took on 1, a little-known safety named Andrew Makuba from Clemson. If you haven't heard of him, he is only the 2nd highest ranked safety to enter the transfer portal this cycle. Along with edge rusher Trey Moore and additional wide receiver Silas Bolden, it would seem that Texas is putting a lot of trust in their returning defensive teams to shut down any opposition. And if not, they can just outscore their problems with one of the scariest offensive lines in college football. So, Mike and Leah, I'm curious, what do you guys think of this nearly new Texas team?
I think it's going to be a tough game for CSU. I think the Texas team looks good. I mean, they went to a playoff. And then seemingly they lost a lot of people. I'm not going to say they didn't lose a lot of people, but they got a pretty good team still going.
Getting really big recruits. Yeah. You know, again, CSU being the underdog in this kind of a situation. I watched the press conference today with Braden Fowler-Nicolosi and Henry Blackburn, and they pretty much were just saying, like, you know what? We are really grateful for this opportunity. Grateful. And you know what, though? It's a great test at the early of the season to see what they can do. They said they've never been closer. Exactly.
That's what I say. Nothing to lose.
Exactly. I mean, we played Michigan. What?
Yeah. And that was terrible.
It was. But that's what I'm saying.
It's
this
just
is
a
new
game.
year.
It's just a first game.
It's the first game of the year, and it's a good test to see. It's a great starting point with putting one of the best historical programs of football up against you, and then
they get to play there.
Like, you get to.
That's the stuff you dream of. It's the same thing like going to the big house for Michigan. Like you're going to a crazy stadium that's just going to be awesome to play at.
Exactly. I can't wait to watch the game. It's going to be awesome. But Rams, we're going to take a short break, and when we're back, we dive into more football.
Oh yeah.